Money buys a lot of loyalty in business. People don't want to disrupt that. And it's true on the street, and I think it's true in real life too. In that world, everything is very technical. For instance, rules of a sit down. Let's make you and I are made guys. We're having an argument. You're lying through your teeth. Lying, every other word is a lie. If I call you a liar, I lose the argument automatically. If I get upset with you and lose my temper, I lose the argument automatically. You got to know how to keep your mouth shut. You got to be able to outsmart that person, right? And don't let him make you fall into a trap. Because a lot of times, if an old timer was wrong, he's trying to get you into a trap. So on technicalities, you lose.
I learned so many things. I mean, as far as navigating that life, my dad taught me, always be, don't ever be quick to judge somebody. Don't ever be quick to, condemn somebody. He told me how to be a good listener. He taught me, he said to me, Michael, and this was very valuable in that life. He said, if you and I committed a crime, we did it together. He said, 1 minute after we commit the crime, if you talk to me about it, I'm going to say, I don't know what you're talking about. He said, there's no reason to ever repeat anything that you did the wrong way. He said, look at every telephone as a cop. Don't speak on the phone. Be careful. So he taught me so many things that they seem like little things, but they were major in that life. I never aspired to be a mob guy. That wasn't what I wanted. I mean, I always say, I was going to be a doctor. I mean, I had a real interest in that. I was an athlete. But I grew up with my father, who was a very high-profile guy in the 60s. And I love my dad very much. And he went through several trials in the 60s until finally he got convicted on a major federal case and sentenced to 50 years in prison. And, I needed to help him out because he said to me, Mike, I'm framed. They said that he ordered a series of bank robberies throughout the country. He said, Mike, I'm not a bank robber. It's not true. The government framed me. And I believed him. And he saw my involvement in his life as a way to help him out. So he proposed me for membership. It's not something that I would have done anything he wanted me to do. It's okay, Dad, you want me to become a member? I'll become a member. It's not like, oh, I wanted it. This is what he wanted for me. Once I got in, I said, hey, I'm going to be the best possible mob guy I could be. And I tried to use the life as best I could to benefit me in business. And that's how I looked at it. So things like that in the street are very valuable. And I took those things with me, in my life today, I try to give people respect. It doesn't matter who they are. Another thing my dad taught me, Brian, he said, always be respectful to the little guy. Now, he didn't mean the little guy to be offensive. He just meant, give respect to the little guy, the waiter, take good care of him, the guy at a valet park, take care of him.
Does that apply to the real world? Look, when people are making money with you, they're happy. I mean, that's the way it is, they're happy. I mean, money buys a lot of loyalty in business, people don't want to disrupt that. And it's true on the street, and I think it's true in real life too.
I had a lot of legitimate businesses going. I had 2 car dealerships. I had a number of restaurants that I had opened at the time. I had a leasing company. I had a production company in Southern California, in Hollywood. So I had a lot of things going. So I used some of that money to have a legitimate operation and income. Let me tell you one thing about, mob guys. They're pretty resourceful. I'm asked all the time, is the mob still in existence? The answer is yes. It's not the same as it was during my time, but I wouldn't count these guys out. They're not going away in my lifetime, that's for sure.
In that world, everything is very technical. They make a mountain out of a molehill. Well, in my world, you can pay serious consequences. You can't be disrespectful in that life, Patrick. 2 made guys, 2 guys that actually took the oath. You can never disrespect one another. Never. They were
made guys could never disrespect one another?
Never disrespect.
So what does disrespect mean?
Calling a guy a name, calling him a liar, raising your voice to him.
Really?
Yeah.
A made guy cannot to a made guy?
No. That's a major, because the life allegedly is built on respect.